What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about Chris Brown releasing his latest music video for his song We, Warm Embrace, and casting Normani as his love interest in the music video. And just want to talk about my reactions as well as other people's reactions to it. We're going to get into it. So here we go. So for those of you who don't know, Chris Brown, aka Chris Breezy, he released a music video, his latest music video, about 24 to 48 hours ago, about around that time. And the music video, it features the singer Normani as his love interest. She's in the music video and she's dancing with him. She's not featured on the song itself, but she's featured in the music video. So she's not singing on the song at all, but she's in the music video. And she's playing Chris Brown's love interest in the music video. And it also looks like, from what I've seen when I watched the music video, it's pretty much just her and him. There are some shots of Chris Brown, on stage in like a desert with his band. But other than that, it's pretty much just Chris Brown and Normani, one-on-one. And some people may be like, well, what's the big deal? But the thing is, the big deal for a lot of people is that people feel like Chris Brown is more or less pandering to darker skinned black women by casting Normani as his love interest. Because, y'all heard the rumors out there. Y'all know what's up about Chris Brown. Chris Brown ain't down with the brown now. Not the darker shades of brown when it comes to the ladies. Chris Brown, like some light, bright, and darn near white. He's, into the exotical look from what I have seen. And hey, Chris Brown has a right to have his preference and even a requirement. But the thing is, I'm not arguing that because I know some people are going to come in the comment section and try to derail the whole conversation by saying, oh, he has a right to have a preference. Why can't y'all just leave brothers alone? Brothers got options. Brothers ain't got to deal with you. Especially brothers like Chris Brown. If you had a better attitude, if you didn't have all that mouth, you probably could get a man. Blah, 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 yada, 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 right? We all know the song and dance. But the thing is, people are calling this out again because they feel like it's pandering. They don't feel like, it's, I guess, sincere, or either it doesn't feel like it's natural, it's sincere, it's organic. They don't really feel like it's that. They feel like Chris Brown is doing this just to appease his, darker skinned black female fan base. So they can look at the video and be all like, oh, see, Chris Brown, see, he love the chocolate. He love the dark-skinned sisters. See, I told you that my kind right there. That my black kind. And I'm not really sure if Chris Brown really cast a lot of, darker-skinned black women as love interest in his music videos. I do know, like, for the video Run It, that's way back, a minute ago, right? There was a darker skinned black woman in the video who was kind of propped up to be the love interest. But none of that I can think of. But to be fair, I'm not like a super Chris Brown aficionado when it comes to his music videos, so I don't know for sure. I know in the video No Guidance, the song he did in the music video he did with Drake, there were darker skinned black women, at least brown skin. But I think that happened after, I think that whole situation with, I think, him talking about he wants the women with the good hair, something like that. He didn't put it quite like that, but people interpret it as that. And you know how the black community be. You know, when it comes to hair, hair, it's a subject, especially when it comes to hair texture in the black community and women and hair texture and how it factors into desirability. And also, Tokyo Vanity, she calling out Chris Brown for having, VIP sections, but not allowing darker skinned black women in those VIP sections. And as well, also hearing about Chris Brown having parties and saying that, darker skinned black women cannot enter the parties. And I always ask the question, I'm like, well, if the darker skinned black women can't enter the party, can the darker skinned black men enter the party? And it seems to be that the darker skinned black men, they get a pass for some reason. So, it looks like Chris Brown, I guess he liked the darker skinned brothers. Alright. He liked the darker skinned brothers, but he don't like the darker skinned sisters in his parties. What's up with that? But then again, maybe he feels like he has to maybe just tolerate darker skinned black men. Maybe he don't like darker skinned black folks at all. I hope that's not the case. I don't think that's entirely the case. But that could be something. That could be true. Hopefully the colorism doesn't go that deep, to that point with Chris Brown, but we have to be aware and think about things like this. But a little bit of information, a little bit of opinions about the music video, a little bit. It opens with Chris Brown sort of like free falling, but backwards. He's not free falling face first, but it's rather back first, and he's free falling. It looks like he's kind of in the sunken place for a minute, which I'm like, yeah, if you all on this colorist stuff, then you might be in the sunken place, Chris. You might be falling in the sunken place there. But it all turns out it was a dream, and Normani shows up at his house or some building. I don't know if this is a house or an apartment building or a barn. I don't know what this thing is. And I'll say that Normani, she looks really nice in the music video. She's looking sexy but not trashy, so I'm glad that they at least got that right. It doesn't come off as completely trashy for the most part. There was a scene, though, where it did show kind of like Normani's bare butt in the music video, which, can probably be interpreted as being a bit lewd and a bit, too sexual. But other than that, I think that it didn't get raunchy or anything like that. But as you know, or may not know, people are coming at Normani. And it seems like people got more smoke for Normani than Chris Brown when it comes to this whole colorism situation. And they're all like, how could you work with a colorist, Normani? How could you work with an abuser, Normani? Normani, I thought you was our sister, Normani. I thought you was a strong black queen, Normani. Why are you working with Chris Brown? And let me tell you what I personally think about this. Ultimately, I think it just boils down to Normani, wanting or needing a check and wanting or needing some clout, a little bit of push right now, a little bit of promo right now. And it's better than her doing OnlyFans. I mean, I really would not want to see Normani, go down that route. And it's working as well. I mean, after all, we are talking about Normani right now. And she's in the blogs And Normani's not really in the blogs like that, which is a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because Normani usually isn't involved in the drama, but you do kind of want the blogs to talk about you, just a little bit at least, because it helps to give you like free promo and to push your image out there and helps to keep you relevant. There are some celebrities like without the blogs, they might not be relevant. And also think about it. When was the last time we spoke about Normani? And I'm not trying to be shady when I say this, but I'm just bringing this up to bring up a point and to make a point. When was the last time we talked about Normani? And I think it was during the whole Wild Side promotional period when she released that song with Cardi B, who has also been accused of being colorist. Yet folks let that slide, but okay, all right. And as well, like, sidebar, Cardi B, she didn't even want to promote the song with Normani. She had some like back and forth with some Normani fans and basically was just saying, pretty much accusing the fans of not wanting her to promote the song with Normani, which I don't think the fans were even coming at her like that on that tip. But the thing is, I really think that Cardi B, she didn't want to promote the song with Normani for whatever reason. And she just used that as an excuse not to promote the song with Normani. As far as I know, I haven't seen any performances featuring Normani and Cardi B with the song Wild Side. But maybe I'm just not in the loop. If I'm mistaken, let me know in the comments section about that. But as I said, the last time we really spoke about Normani much was during the Wild Side promotional period with like the music video and also with her performance at the VMAs, which we know almost didn't happen. And she didn't have a lot of time to prepare, but I believe she was considered to be like the best performance of the night, or at least in the top, 2 or 3. So for her to get some, some clout and some promos, part of the reason is, part of the reason that she did this music video modeling gig with Chris Brown. Also, I think that Normani is a fan of Chris Brown, so that probably even made this even better for her. And folks saying, oh, cancel Normani. Normani, you cancel. Well, okay, for one, where's this smoke at towards Chris? I guess maybe people feel like they can't cancel Chris at this point, even though I don't think that's completely true. But I do think perhaps there's a little bit of truth in that, but I don't think this 100% not cancelable. I don't think that anyone is 100% not cancelable. You can't cancel them. However you say it. Cancelable. There you go. And also for these people talking about cancel Normani, for these people out here who want to talk about cancel Normani now, let's talk about them right quick. It's like, well, for one, was Normani ever really put on the schedule to be canceled in the first place? Not being shady, but I'm just saying, these people who saying cancel Normani, did you ever put her on the schedule though? And I don't think so. And I'm not being shady, but y'all acting like y'all got her career popping like Doja Cat's career. And y'all don't. And to be fair, some of that is Normani and her team's fault for not being consistent when it comes to releases and taking advantage of the opportunities and striking while the iron is hot, etc., etc., etc. But still, as far as I see, y'all ain't really got Normani's career popping like that, because Normani did release a song after Wild Side. I don't think it fared too well. I can't even remember the title of that song. But it was like a ballad, I think, and she performed it like on some late night show, like maybe Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, something like that. So I do think that people need to maybe give Normani a break a little bit and cut her a little bit of slack. I mean, y'all can kind of, I'm not saying you can't not say anything, but I'm like, come on, cancel. Cancel is like, well, if y'all gonna cancel Normani, why not cancel Chris Brown too? I'm not really seeing that being pushed much. I'm seeing more so people pushing to cancel Normani. And it's like, well, are y'all coming from a place of colorism yourself? Because sometimes in situations like this, the colorism, the racism, the misogynoir, sometimes it does jump out of people. And if y'all want to call out Normani, well, call out Chris Brown too. I mean, he got blonde hair with a pink highlight streak in it. I'm like, what's that about? Why Chris Brown got blonde hair? Like, y'all know Chris Brown, low key want to be non-black or non-black adjacent so bad, and he's already, I would say, at least non-black adjacent. But I think he wants to be more non-black adjacent and to be more, quote unquote exotic. And again, look at the hair. I think the hair texture too. I think it may have been maybe texturized to some point. Also, look who he had his kids with. Also, he was on social media at one point, low key humble bragging that he has a son that's white passing. So, Chris Brown, he got some internalized colorism issues himself, in addition to his externalized colorism issues as well. And again, Chris Brown, he's allowed to have a preference, he's allowed to have a requirement. The thing is, when people start to express their preferences and requirements in malicious ways, that's when it becomes a problem. And people are bringing up the situation that happened with him and Rihanna, the assault situation, and saying that, Normani, she ain't standing with the DM survivors. She's siding with a DM person. But the thing is, Chris Brown has worked with so many different music artists over the years, both male and female. And work with them even more in depth, having them featured on his songs, being featured on their songs. It's like, well, why Normani in particular? Why y'all got the smoke for Normani in this situation and talking about we gonna cancel you, Normani? You ain't our great chocolate hope no more, Normani. Normani, you the reason that the black community is in the condition it is. And again, I don't think that Normani needs to be canceled for this. I do think that people, can maybe have some dialogue with her about this, perhaps. And based on that dialogue, then perhaps you can go for cancellation if you feel like, okay, it's just, way too much. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this may be a bit too, premature. And also, I think that it might perhaps just be like a slow news day or something, and folks just looking for folks to cancel or something to do, really. But back to Chris Brown for a minute. Yeah, I do think Chris Brown has some internalized colorism and racism and whatnot that he, perhaps is dealing with on some level. And also, I feel like, he wants that non-black adjacency or more of it, want more of an exotic look. The women who he had his children with and the way that his children look, it's like, he's using them to help to fulfill his desire for non-black adjacency. And I do remember him being sort of maybe infatuated with Rihanna's eye color, because I think Rihanna has like green eyes, and I think he said that his mom has blue eyes, maybe, or some exotic, quote unquote exotic eye color that's not brown, right? And as well, Chris Brown, I think he does have actually, 4C hair texture. And of course, there's nothing wrong with 4C hair texture. 4C hair texture is great as well. 4C hair texture is beautiful as well. But, we are aware of how sometimes people both in the community and out of the community, but especially in the community, can sort of have negative views of, 4C hair texture. To put a long story short, or to make a long story short, I feel like Chris Brown is, trying to quote unquote perfect his light skinnedness. I made a video about this like a while ago, but it's something that I think that some lighter skinned black men do, like particularly when they don't fit kind of like quote unquote the stereotype of like a light skinned dude in terms of phenotype. And what I mean is like, perhaps like having loosely textured hair, or having like a light eye color, or an exotic eye color. And because of that, feeling like there's sort of like perhaps a quote unquote defective light skinned man, or defective light skinned brother. Which of course is completely rubbish, but I do think that is a thing. Feel free to chime in and let me know yay or nay in the comment section below. Low key, I feel like Steph Curry may be one of those dudes. Low key. And also, both Chris Brown and Steph Curry have claimed to be like mixed / biracial, and they're not. And there are receipts on that. But that's another video for another day. But before I end this video, I do want to talk about, just the pros and cons of Normani appearing in Chris Brown's video. Right quick. At least a few that I think are some pros and cons. I'll start out with the pros. And that is, Normani is getting some promo, and a check, I assume. I hope she's getting a good check out of this. So that's what's up. Also, I saw a lot of comments, positive comments, in the comments section on the YouTube video for this music video. And I also saw a lot of comments in Portuguese too. So I'm like, a lot of Brazilians are watching this music video. If so, then that's what's up, because Normani's getting more, international exposure. So that's good. The visuals of them in the video are very nice. She is the love interest, and it's a good song. Some cons with this, though. She could be seen as just being a video model or a video girl versus being a musical artist, because Normani, like, she is a musical artist. She has not released an album as of yet, and she's been sort of taking her time and perhaps dragging her feet about that. But this could set her up to make people view her as just being like, oh, she a video model. And remember, she was in the WAP video too. She was also, being a video model. I'll put it as her being a video model in the WAP video. And people thought that was sort of like a bit weird, a bit out of left field, a bit odd, because, yeah, there were cameos, a lot of cameos in the WAP video, but people felt like Normani's cameo was a bit odd because she's not a rapper. But then again, I guess that Rosalia's, yeah, I think that's how you say her name, Rosalia's cameo was a bit odd too in that case, because she's not a rapper either. And well, Kylie Jenner's not a rapper either. But she had like the most focused on cameo in the music video. Like, folks thought that Kylie Jenner was going to spit a verse the way they hyping up this cameo with her. And she did not spit not one verse, not one lyric. It went right back to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Sidebar here right quick. Someone in the comment section of the YouTube video for Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's performance of WAP on the Grammys, they said that they should have had Kylie Jenner do a cameo during that performance and just walk across the stage while the music just, turns down to nearly silent. And everyone was just like, thought that was hilarious, because if that were to happen, then it would make it look just so obvious how weird that cameo was, because it's happening live. It's not any sort of editing, any sort of camera angles or camera magic. It's just her walking across the stage like she Naomi Campbell or something. But let me get back to topic. Also, another con about this is that people, I think, will associate her, or could possibly associate her, with Chris Brown, which could be a good thing in some cases, but it also could be a bad thing too. So, that's pretty much all I have to say about this for the moment, at least. Let me know what you have to say about this. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this situation. Do you like the music video? Do you like the song? Do you like Normani's cameo in the music video? Do you think that Normani maybe shouldn't have done the cameo? What do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments section below. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.